my father with my grandmother's water bottle. I showed it and quickly.
Very good. You were very quick indeed. So now before I start, I can see some of you are feeling a little sleepy and some of you are looking nice and fresh. So can we all just quickly stand up where we are, wherever we are, just stand up. And can you hop like a kangaroo 5 times? Oh, I love my screen. My screen looks like it's become a kangaroo. Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Okay, stop. Now everybody sit down. And let's take out all the caterpillars and the snakes and those little rabbits jumping in our ears. Let's take out everything so that we can hear ma'am even if she's whispering. Okay, today I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to check all your ears that have you really taken out all the caterpillars. So I'm going to talk softly and I'm going to see that, can you all hear me if I talk softly like this? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If I'm talking this soft, okay, those of you who can't hear me, there is still a rabbit sitting in your ears. Ananya, take out the rabbit. I just thought I was sitting on my balcony and from my balcony, I was looking at the garden. And you know what I saw? I saw that there was this little bird. You know, it was eating the grass and something from the, from the plants. It was trying to eat something. And I saw a little grasshopper sitting on the plants. And I kept watching the grasshopper. And suddenly, you know what happened? While I was watching that grasshopper, suddenly a bird came flying, flying, flying. I think it was a crow. It came flying, quickly picked up the grasshopper and flew away. And I was wondering that right now the grasshopper was eating it was eating all the leaves. It was just having its lunch quietly sitting in the garden. And suddenly the crow also, of course, was hungry. It was its lunchtime. The crow came and ate up the grasshopper. Oh my God. And then I was just thinking, if the crow has eaten the grasshopper, I'm sure somebody will eat up the crow also. You know, maybe like a big snake will eat it up or a bigger animal will eat it up. So I was just thinking that one thing is eaten up by another. Then this is eaten up by a bigger animal. So this just goes on and on and on, and it becomes like a chain. And then when that animal becomes big and old and dies, it goes back into the soil where all the worms eat it up and it becomes food for the soil. And then the soil becomes nice and strong and the soil gives birth to new plants. And again, those plants are also eaten by grasshoppers, other insects, and then the birds come and eat those insects. So think about it. It's like a chain, isn't it? Did you understand what I said? How it goes on and on.
Yeah,
One thing eats the other thing, and that is also eaten by something else, and that is eaten by something else. This is what is called the food chain. So before I start, I want to show you a short story. Okay? So everyone stay muted. I'm going to put on the story and you all sit back and just first watch this story. No unmuting yourselves, babies. Don't keep unmuting. I want you all to be on mute and just watch this story first. Okay? So it'll give you a little clarity on what
A young zebra was walking through the savannah when he came upon a lion cub. "Wanna be friends?" the zebra asked. "Silly zebra," the lion cub said. "Zebras and lions lions can't be friends. The zebra did not understand. Why can't we be friends? He asked. Because I'll eat you up, the lion replied. Then he ran off. The zebra ran home with tears in his eyes. Little zebra, why are you crying? His mother asked. I asked a lion cub to be my friend, and he said zebras and lions could not be friends. He said he would eat me up, the zebra cried. The zebra's mother gave him a hug. Then she said, That lion was right. Zebras and lions can't be friends. But would he really eat me up? Asked the zebra. It's possible. Zebras have to be careful around lions, said his mother. They're part of the same food chain. What's a food chain? The zebra asked. A food chain connects the animals and the things they eat, his mother answered. Zebra's mother asked him what his favorite food was. I guess I'd say it is grass, the zebra replied. So grass, zebras, and lions are all part of the same food chain, his mother explained. Is anything else part of the food chain? Asked the zebra. Well, the sun is also part of the food chain because it helps the grass make its food. What about other animals? Asked the zebra. Are they part of the food chain? Everything that lives is part of the food chain. The hawk eats mice. And what do the mice eat? Asked Zebra's mother. Mice eat fruit, said the zebra. And where do the fruit plants get the energy to make their food? His mother asked. Oh, I get it, said the zebra. The sun helps the fruit trees make food, the mice eat the fruit, and the hawk eats the mice. Sun, fruit, mice, hawk is a food chain. Right.
Okay, so I think that now you understood what is the food chain, right? Did you get a fair idea of what the food chain is? So we have the sun, right? What does the sun do? The sun helps the plants to make their food, as in to grow. It gives them green light, so the sun gives them energy. So with the help of the sun and the water that we give or the rain gives, the plants, they grow, they give fruit, they give vegetables. So they can make their own foods. They are capable of making their own food. So they are called producers because they produce. And then come all the consumers who eat the plants. Who all eat the plants? All the insects, some animals, right? Remember the herbivores? And all these animals and insects who eat the plants are in turn eaten by other animals, right? So now that you have a fair idea, I was thinking that why not draw a food chain? Then you will understand this much better. So are we all ready to draw our very own food chain? Yes? All right. So can all of you get one white sheet? Do all of you have a plain white sheet with you? Any color will do. You just need one A4 sheet. Ready and your colors ready, and that's all we need to make our food chain. Okay, So now I'm going to turn my camera towards my work and let's get started. And while we are doing our work, I'm going to explain to you what exactly is this food chain all about. Okay, so what I want you to do is take your paper and fold it into half like this. Fold it into half. That is your first step. Don't worry, we're not doing any origami over here, but we're going to make a little card sort of a thing, which will help us understand what the food chain is all about. Once you've folded your paper into half, that's it. Now open it again. Now you can see that there's one line in the middle. Now all of you have a line in the middle. So I'm going to take my left side and fold it till the line. Only till the line I'm going to fold it. So can all of you do that? Can all of you fold it till the line? And nicely crease your paper. And now my other side also I am going to fold it till that line. So now you can see it looks like a cupboard. It opens like a cupboard. See how your two doors of your cupboard open? So I want you to fold your paper in this manner. Okay, remember the first step was we had folded it into half, then we opened it. We have a line in the middle now. My left side I'm going to fold till that line. My right side I'm going to fold till that line so that I have two flaps with me. So now leave this cupboard closed like this and let's start drawing. I want you to see how I'm going to draw now. Pick up your pencils now and let's start drawing. So now you all have understood that our food chain starts with our plants because they are the producers. They are the only things in the food chain that can make their own food, right? So on this paper, I'm going to make a tree. We are going to make a tree. Just pretend that this is one full paper and we are going to make a tree over here. Can you all see? So we are going to make our tree and then you all can color your tree later. Okay. So this is my green tree. So with the help of the sun.
Ma'am, can you wait 1 minute?
Yes, I'm waiting. So with the help of the sun, these plants make their own food, right? That is why they are called the producers, that they can produce their own food. But see, insects and animals, they can't make their own food. So they're all called the consumers because they eat plants or other animals. They don't make their own food. So they cannot be called as the producers. The producers are only our plants and trees. Okay. So even we humans, we can't make our own food. We also eat chicken, fish, eggs. We eat other plants, we eat vegetables, we eat fruits. We can't produce our own foods. So for energy, we also depend on the producers, which are the plants, right? So now that we've made the tree, let's make the bark of our tree.
I'm like this.
Okay, 1 second. Let's finish the tree and then I'm going to put my camera up. We are just making a tree, bache, on the paper that was folded. Just leave it closed. Don't open it. And just make your tree. You can do your coloring later. I am just coloring it so that you know that I am making a tree. You all can just do your drawing and you can color it later. Okay. You all can complete your coloring later. So right now we are only drawing. Okay. So can you mute yourself, please? So now you can see that our main producers are our plants, our trees, the grass, right? We have all this grass growing. We have lots of trees. We all know that even our fruits and vegetables all come from the trees. Okay, right? So these are the main, these are called the producers. Now, let's open your little cupboard, everybody. Open the cupboard. Now we have our plain paper in front of us. And here we are going to draw our
Now I need to draw the graph.
food chain. Start making our food chain. And like I told you, our food chain is like a chain of people eating one thing or the other and then getting eaten. So we are going to make 4 things. One on the top, one on the bottom, one on your left and one on your right. So I'm going to start with my left corner where I'm going to make some plants. Okay. So can all of you make like a plant with leaves so that is going to be our main, what is it? It's the producer that starts the food chain, right? So we are going to draw some leaves, or you can make a tiny tree, you can make a plant. Because,
Make a flower.
yes, you can make a flower also because you're making a plant. You can make some flowers on it.
Okay.
So you can just draw it and you can do all your lovely coloring later. Okay. So I am also going to make a little sun because like I told you, where do these plants get the energy from? They get the energy from the sun, right? So right on top of the plants, I'm going to make a sun. I've made it with orange so that you all can see it. Okay. So I've made my sun rays to show that this is the sun which is giving all the energy to the plants to grow. Right. And you can do all your decoration later of your soil and everything. You can do that later. So, like you saw, these are the plants now, which are the main producers because they make their own food. They're getting the energy from the sun. So, some of this energy is used up by the plants, right? And some of this energy is stored in the roots, in the stems, in the leaves, right? Okay, now, who is eating all these plants? So, next is a caterpillar. I'm going to make a small caterpillar. So, who all are part of the next food chain? It's these insects, like, you know, you have, like I told you, I saw the grasshopper, you have bugs and beetles and spiders and all these insects, right? The bees, they also take their nectar from the plants. So, this is your second group on your food chain, right? So, what you can do is you can just make a caterpillar, or you can even make a grasshopper if you want. Yes. So you can make any insect that you want. So now you have understood who eats all these plants. Even we eat plants. We can also be next on the food chain because we all also eat the plants, right? Yes. What is your favorite fruit? Who's going to tell me what's your favorite fruit or your vegetable?
Mango.
Mine also.
What's your favorite fruit?
Mango.
Banana.
Everyone tell me one fruit. Only one fruit. Everyone, no shouting. Everybody will say one word turn by turn.
Tomato.
Okay, next. Apple.
Tomato.
Mango. Okay, Mary. Yes, I heard you. Very good. Only you will say one word and then keep quiet. Give the other one also a chance. Very nice. I can see some of your drawings. Okay, back. Let's get on to our next on the food chain. Who's next on the food chain now? All these little insects who are busy eating all those plants. And don't forget to make your arrows. These plants are eaten by the insects. Next, who eats all these insects? So we are making an arrow. Why? Because we are going to make a chain. Now, next, I am going to draw a cute little mouse. Now, the mouse eats all these insects. It can be birds. It can be frogs or lizards, right? Or the small birds. So, all these who eat insects, right? So I thought that maybe I'll draw a cute little mouse. Okay. Now, so these are called the consumers. Why are they called the consumers? Because they consume, and consume means to eat something. So consume means to eat something. Sorry?
My paper is too small to make everything.
Okay, so what you do is you make very tiny things. Never mind, let it fit your paper. You can make it to...
I already made big thing.
Okay, so the next thing you just make a small thing now. Never mind. Or you want, you can just write your words.
I'll write it.
Okay, darling. You can just write your words. So now the next on our food chain is these little mice or the birds or even frogs. Have you ever seen how a frog eats a fly? Have you seen how it just takes out, you know, it takes out a long tongue like that and the fly sticks on the tongue. Yeah, and it just eats up the
Sometimes
fly.
it also eats insects.
Yeah, all insects. So a frog will sit so still and suddenly when it sees a fly or a mosquito or a tiny insect coming, quickly it takes out its long sticky. So God has made every animal, every human being so special. God has given such features to everybody. They know how to catch their prey. Like a spider. How does a spider eat its food? It makes a web. And the web is so sticky. It makes the web. That's his house. It makes the web. And then, you know, he makes the web and he sits in the web and he waits. Now, one little fly or a mosquito is going to come and it's going to get stuck in my web. Once it gets stuck, I'm going to go to it and eat it up. See? A spider also has his own special way of eating. So, they all have their own ways of eating insects. How does a eagle, you know, an eagle, listen, you know, an eagle has very sharp eyes and it has claws which are very sharp. Can you see ma'am's nails? It's got long claws like this. And even if this eagle is sitting right on top of the tree or it's flying high in the sky, if it sees one little mouse.
I didn't draw the eagle. I didn't draw it.
Okay, wait. When it sees a little mouse or some tiny little insect or like, you know, some small animal running around, it can see from there. It comes flying like that and picks it up with the claws. That's its food. Isn't that cool? I told you about the frog. I told you about the spider. I told you about the eagle. How cool are these animals? How fast they know how to eat their prey. Nobody stays hungry. You know, they find their food. If we are hungry, we go and tell Mama, Mama, we are hungry. Give us some food. Nobody stays hungry, right? We all know how to get our way. We know how to get food, right? Back to the food chain. Let's see, what are we going to draw next? My little mouse is done. Okay, you could have drawn a little rabbit or a squirrel or any tiny little bird. Owl. Let's draw an owl. I find these owls very cute to draw.
Ma'am,
Yes, can you all start drawing your owls?
you also teach us how to make the owl in the, nocturnal animals.
Yes, you remember that?
Yes.
Very good. So you want, and snake also we had done, right?
Yes.
We had done the snake also. We had done the owl also. So now all of you know how to do it. Now quickly, let me see everyone's version of the owl.
And this is so much fun, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, darling. You know, I feel so happy when you all enjoy what I'm teaching you. Ma'am feels so happy. You make my day then. Thank you so much. Now let's draw these cute little nocturnal animals like this little owl. Yes, sweetie? Okay, 1 minute. My camera is down. So let me finish my owl and then I'm going to put it back up and see everyone's food chain. Okay. So now I am making my arrow here and I'm going to give my owl 2 big eyes like this and like this and eyes in the middle. Wow, you remember owls have very big eyes. They have to be awake at night and look for their food, remember? So they need to have big, big, big eyes. That's a little beak for the owl. Mr. Owl, you're hooting away. Owl is also enjoying coming on your little papers. So it's hooting away. So now you all know what is the owl. Owl is also part of your consumers because they all eat other things. They eat plants, they eat other animals. You all know that a snake can eat up even a big person. Some snakes are so huge, they can swallow a person also. They can eat a full animal. They can just swallow it. Because snakes also don't know how to make their own food. They are also predators. Right? They are also part of these predators. Oh, yes. Snake is also a consumer. Okay. So my grass has been eaten by the grasshopper. The grasshopper has been eaten by the frog. And the frog has been eaten by the snake. Now this naughty snake, I'm going to make sure that one eagle comes and eats up the snake also. Right? Or a hawk or an eagle is going to come and eat up the snake also, which has eaten all the other things. Do the last part of your food chain. Now, what will happen to the owl? And see the lion. Now, lion eats all the other animals. What will happen to the lion? We eat chicken, fish, plants, everything. What will happen to us? Tiger. What will happen to all of us? Now, when all these animals grow and then they die, what happens is they go back to the soil. How? Do you know how? When all these animals die, when they all die and go on the soil, then all the bacteria and the fungus and the worms, they eat up all these animals. So all these animals decompose. They decompose and go back to the soil. Now, when that decomposed soil, if you plant some more plants on that soil, now see that soil has all the energy because of all the animals that have gone into it. Again, it starts growing more plants because it's a very strong, good, healthy soil. So from all that decomposed soil, new plants come out. And again, these plants use the energy from the sun, and they again make lots of fruits and vegetables, and then they are again eaten by all these. What are they eaten by? All your insects. Then these insects are eaten by smaller animals. Smaller animals are eaten by bigger animals. Again, they die and they get decomposed in the soil with the help of all your bacteria and your fungus. And see, they are back to the earth, and then again plants grow. So what have we made over here? We have made a food chain. This is what is a food chain. So now that we have all understood what a food chain is, let me show you a quick short video before I say bye. All right, everyone, take out all the insects and the frogs. Take it out quickly. Quickly. Let's quickly see one more story. Okay. Now we are going to see one second. Have you all put your things away? Yes. Have you all put it away so that everyone can see the story that ma'am is going to play now?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And I want you all to remember this food chain so that you can also tell your mama, papa about it. I want you all to explain it to your mama, papa. Okay? All right. Now let's get ready to see. Okay. There we are. Play.
The Food Chain Song.
It's a song. Ready?
The food chain is a process, and here's how it goes. The sun shines on the earth below and gives plants energy. Plants make their own food. For this they use the sun. We call plants producers. They provide food for everyone. Animals can't make their own food. They eat plants and other animals too. We call animals consumers, consumers like me and you. All living things are born. They grow, reproduce and die. Now it's the turn of the decomposers, the worms and the fungi.
See? Now I think we are very, very clear as to what this food chain is all about. So I want you all to explain this food chain to your mama and papa today. Say, Mama, Papa, I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, and the story begins with your little plant, right? So I want you to take your little cupboard. Remember we made a little cupboard of your tree? Take your cupboard and take it to Mama, Papa, and I want you all to explain the food chain to Mama, Papa today. Can I all see a thumbs up? Yes? Good. My little students are going to be teachers today and teach Mama, Papa the food chain. All right? Now, can I see a big bye, Gitika ma'am?
Bye, Gitika ma'am. Bye, Gitika ma'am. Bye, Gitika ma'am. Bye, Gitika ma'am. Bye, Gitika ma'am.